International Women's Day is a day to honor the contributions of women and promote women's rights. It is celebrated throughout the world, both officially and unofficially, and it all began with a refugee from Ukraine. Theresa Serber Malkiel was born to a Jewish family in the city of Bar in western Ukraine. In 1891, when Theresa was 17 years old, her family joined the massive wave of Jewish immigration to the United States and settled in the Lower East Side of Manhattan. Like millions of other Jews at the time, they were fleeing oppressive Tsarist regime and the waves of pogroms. After arriving in New York, Theresa went to work in a garment factory. However, the garment industry was notoriously exploitative, with long hours and dangerous conditions. She quickly became active in the blossoming socialist labor movement and helped to found the Infant Cloak Makers Union. But she also saw her fellow socialists marginalizing women within the movement.
Around the one uppermost problem, like numerous planets around the sun, revolve many smaller problems which, though they will be solved with the solution of the whole, are important enough to be taken up and fought for separately. In the heat of the battle for human freedom, the proletarians seem to forget that the woman question is nothing more or less than a question of human rights. That the emancipation of women means in reality the emancipation of the human being within her.
In 1909, she was elected to the Women's National Committee of the Socialist Party. One of her earliest activities was working to establish Women's Day. The celebration quickly spread to Europe and became International Women's Day, but that was far from her only accomplishment. In the same year, she helped organize workers, mostly women, in the New York Shirtwaist Strike of 1909, also known as the Uprising of the 20,000. As a part of the effort, she wrote The Diary of a Shirtwaist Striker, a fictionalized account of a garment strike. The infamous Triangle Shirtwaist Factory fire, which killed 123 women and 23 men, occurred soon after and galvanized the movement.
Only a little while ago, I would have laughed had somebody told me that I would take this strike in earnest, but this afternoon, listening to the stories of assault upon the girls, watching the poor, miserable creatures that don't earn enough to keep their body and soul together, I believe that I was as much as excited as the rest of them.
In the following years, she worked tirelessly not only for workers' rights, but also women's suffrage, racial equality, and welcoming immigrants. The final 20 years of Theresa's life were spent educating adult immigrants like herself to help them integrate into the United States, and founded the Brooklyn Adult Students Association. On Women's Day and every day, we must remember the contributions of pioneers like Theresa Serber Malkiel.